Hello and good afternoon and welcome to Sahara's TalkBack segment, the opportunity for our viewers to actually give us feedback and talk to us about issues holding sway on the continent. Today our question is on ethnic solidarity. Is ethnic solidarity impeding our fight against corruption in Nigeria? And on the show today, we're having 4 people, starting with us. Hopefully more people will join as we go on. Hansen from Geneva, Yemi from London, Adele K from Nigeria, Adeshina from London as well. Yes. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you so much. Good evening, and thank you for having.
Okay, so we're going to start with you, Hansen, in Geneva. What do you think about that? Do you think ethnic solidarity is actually impeding our fight against corruption?
I don't think so. To me, I think the problem we're having in Nigeria, anyway, starts from the so-called elites. Okay, it's not a question of, to me, I don't believe in ethnicity. I believe in a kind of democratic process that will carry every Nigerian along, and that is what we don't have for the moment.
Okay, but just so we're all on the same page, this question was born out of the fact that it was reported that the Minister of Aviation, Princess Stella Odua, bought 2 bulletproof armored vehicles through the NCAA, the Nigerian Civil Aviation's authority, and there's an Igbo group called the Aka Ikenga saying that we should leave her alone. Nigerians should leave her alone. She's not the first person who is doing it, and she won't be the last. A lot of people from other ethnic groups have done it. That's why we're asking, is ethnic solidarity impeding our fight against corruption in Nigeria?
I think I have to take that on now.
Yes, Yemi.
Yeah, I think what that question you have raised is one of our major problems in Nigeria.
Okay.
Especially with all due respect to my colleagues in here.
Yes.
I will say the southwestern part of Nigeria, we've always been consistent in our criticism of whoever in the saddle of affairs in Nigeria. Whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa, if you don't do the right thing, we don't even take it with you. Take the case of Obasanjo, for example. Mm-hmm. I am still saying it. Obasanjo cannot contest election, a free and fair election in any part of southwest Nigeria and win that election. Simply because people in that part of Nigeria, they never tolerate for what he is. Not because of individual he is, but for his antecedent, for what he did, for the services he gives to Nigeria, which you and I, we don't benefit anything from it. So look at the case of Stella Odua now. People are saying this is corruption. Let us fight corruption. And some people are standing up, telling us other people have done it before. I mean, how are we going to fight corruption? Look at the man that stole the pension fund. The people from the northern part of Nigeria going to court, solidarizing with him that what he has done is wrong. Look at Bode George. When some people are following him, we are in the southwestern part of Nigeria. People are criticizing him for what he has done is wrong. But the same Obasanjo went to church with him when he was released from prison. These are, like Ansen has said, the elite are the problems of Nigeria. And within themselves, they are able to recruit people who are on the same page with them to steal Nigerian money. When they meet the crowd, they know where to rent them from.
Okay, Yemi, let's just hold that there. Adeshina from London, what do you have to say on this matter?
Oh yeah, a lot, but I will be very short.
Yes, please.
Due respect to all the participants, yeah?
Yeah.
I would say this, personally, if I could remember clearly, Oroto Douglas is a friend, not personal, we've never met, yeah? Well, I remember he used to be somebody who is always at the forefront of Ogoni rights and stuff like that. And I could understand what was happening in Niger Delta. So I, a Yoruba person, not never met him before. I requested for be a friend with him on Facebook, and I remember I said to him, "Look, I understand what you guys are fighting for, and I support you guys based on equity." Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where I'm going is this year. I don't need anything. I've never, it is whatever it is today. It might be listening or whatever. I've never asked him for anything, never in my life. All I'm doing at the time was I could understand what these people were suffering, and I could join forces with them anytime. But what I'm saying here is this here. I'm in support of what Anson said. It is not the individual that's the problem. It is the people in control of rulership who call themselves leaders.
So
And
what you're saying is ethnic solidarity doesn't play anything, doesn't have a
doesn't,
part to
it
play in
doesn't,
the
it
fight
doesn't,
against corruption
Sorry,
in Nigeria.
it doesn't.
excuse me.
It
I'm
comes
just
to play when people at the top, when they are, because they've got resources to hire people to speak to them, to type whatever on the internet, and so you see all these sort of people saying all sorts of things. But when you go down into the middle of the people, that the poor people, they know who their oppressors are. The only problem I think is how to join forces and fight these people as one, as one group. That's the problem.
Okay, Adeleke from Nigeria, please could you put your opinion to play here? I just want to hear what you have to say.
I
Adeleke,
think
are you still
Adeleke is
there?
no longer there. It's Michael. There is one Michael Ame there now. No more Adeleke.
Michael, how are you?
Actually,
Welcome to the show. Where are you from? Where are you calling
I
from?
am. Yeah, I'm calling from Yola, Nigeria.
Okay, welcome to the show. Do you know what we're talking about?
Not really. I just joined the group now.
Okay, so the question of the day is whether ethnic solidarity is impeding our fight against corruption in light of the news, recent news about Princess Stella Adua, the Minister of Aviation, buying 2 BMW cars, 2 armored vehicles through the NCAA, and the support she's getting from an Igbo group called the Aka Ikenga, saying she's not the first person to do it and she's not going to be the last. People should leave her alone and stop berating her. So what do you have to say about this? What do you have to say about Nigeria and our fight against
Well,
corruption? Do you think we're ethnically clouded?
well, there's no doubt about that. Ethnicity is always, a key, impediment to fighting corruption in Nigeria. But if you ask me, I will say it's not really the issue here. It's not the issue. Um, in Nigeria, we all know that the government is for the elite and is by the elite. Most of these people use ethnicity as a tool to cajole the people and to shell themselves. So ethnicity is not an issue for us. And most of these politicians or these top guys, they use ethnicity as a cover because the majority of the Nigerian people are not they are not educated, they are not learned, you know. And when people are not educated, let me give you an instance. In the northern part of Nigeria, for instance, let's say Yola, where I am. I can tell you that more than 60 to 70% of the people here are illiterate. So in Yako, for instance, the governor of the state can easily come and say stuff and talk about ethnicity, and he does something wrong, and then EFC is after him, and then the people are after him. Before he uses ethnicity to cover up, and before the people support him because they're not educated, they're not learned, they don't know what's happening in this country. So ethnicity is not an issue. It's not an issue. The problem is we need an educated citizenry. We
Enlightened.
need that enlightened. enlightened citizenry. Yeah, that's the right word.
Because
Enlightened citizenry.
it's possible people are educated and they're not enlightened.
Okay.
Guys,
Wait.
come on there.
Sorry. Just just hold on. Let's take it. One step after the other, so everyone is not talking over everyone. So I just want to give Richard. Is that you? Okay, Hanson.
Hanson is still here. Yeah.
Yes, Hanson. I'd like to give you the opportunity to talk. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, exactly. Let me come in again. For example, originally I'm from Anambra State.
Yeah.
Okay, and I stayed in Lagos. I grew up in Lagos, and I spent most part of my years here in Europe. Okay, in Lagos State, I have a lot of friends, whether you call whatever, whether Yoruba or Hausas, we all together, we never have problems. You got the point? And in this part of Europe, it's either you're black or you're white. So the issue of ethnicity, I don't see, even in Nigeria of today, I don't see it anymore. Look at our music. We keep on mixing up. So the issue is that when these ruling class are eating our money, they don't mix it up with ethnicity. They don't say, okay, we don't give you because you're an Igbo or Hausa. They eat our money. The problem we're having is these crooks that call themselves politicians. They are our problems and nothing more.
Okay, Hanson. Yes, I understand what you're saying, but the question is, of course, we know that when people are corrupt, they're not going to only be, they're not going to be sharing their loots with people from their ethnicity. They don't even share with anyone except themselves. However, the question is, do people support certain criminals or certain people in government, who loot the country because they're from the same part of the country? Do you think people do that? And I'm just gonna give you an example. For example, look at President Goodluck Jonathan. He's receiving a lot of kickback and all that from people who are not from the Niger Delta. On certain regions, for certain reasons, people from the north, are against him. He's, fighting different sides, different factions. Meanwhile, people from the Niger Delta are supporting him and saying, "Oh, leave our president alone. It's because the president is from Niger Delta." That's just to contextualize and open up your mind to this. Do you believe that Nigerians are ethnically clouded, especially in the fight against corruption? I'm not saying what are we supposed to do. Of course, we know what we're supposed to do, but we're asking, is that what is in practice right now?
That is what I'm saying. There was a young man from Yola. A young man from Yola said something that is very important. He said that, for example, 70% of people that live in Yako, they are all illiterate. So sometimes the governor will try to, when he maybe he does something that is wrong, then he will use ethnicity so that people will support him. So that is the same problem that we are facing. Take, for example, you talk about Goodluck Jonathan, okay? I believe that the people, when a politician err or embezzle money, the people that support him are, sometimes it might be illiterate, or the people that share from the money that he rooted. Okay, the educated people, those who are very educated, they don't support bad thing. I can support a bad thing.
Okay. Well, Yemi, you said something. You said something. In the beginning of the show, you said that the Yorubas have never been afraid to call out. Let's use that informal word, to call out or to berate anyone lacking or falling behind in their expectations. So I'm gonna ask Adeshina. Sorry, Yemi, just give me a second. I'm gonna ask Adeshina. Do you agree with what Yemi said? Because I know you're also from that part of the country.
Absolutely. My parents are from Abeokuta. Well, my dad's from Abeokuta. My mom's from Ileife. I will not put my finger on any ballot paper and vote Obasanjo. I will never.
Adeleke, excuse me, please. Adeleke, are you still with us?
Who are you talking about?
It's showtime. He's talking about Showtime.
No. Adeleke, have you left the show?
No Deleke there. There's no Deleke.
Okay, he must have left the show. He must have left the show. Okay.
Michael, it's not Adeleke, Michael.
So, Michael, welcome to the show. Michael,
Adeleke is coming back now.
Okay, when he comes back, we'd love to have him back on the show. So, Michael, are you also from the same part of the country?
I am no, I'm in Yola right now, but I'm from central Nigeria, Kogi State,
Okay.
originally.
So, Michael, in Kogi State, would you say that any of your politicians have, never been corrupt or have never been accused of being corrupt? Are you saying all your politicians are actually doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing? I'm just asking. Would you say, are you of the are you of
So
that opinion?
that's
Sorry, they are not responding. Can I come in there?
Michael, are you still with us?
I don't think Michael is
Hello,
there.
yeah.
Can I come
I'm
in?
listening. I'm
Michael,
here.
are
Can
you
hear
still
me?
with us? Yes, I said that. Do you
Yeah, I'm
opine?
with you.
Yes.
I can hear
Can
you.
you hear me? I said, do you
can hear you.
opine that the politicians? Sorry, we're having a bit of a delay here, so if I say something, you have to, give maybe about a few seconds to be sure that the person has heard. But I said, do you opine that the politicians representing Kogi State are actually doing what they're supposed to do? I'm just asking you.
No,
Okay.
no.
So, would you be against them in the general scheme of things? I'm not talking about being against them within groups of your fellow Kogi brothers and sisters, but in the general scheme of things,
I
would you actually join other people from other parts of the country to berate your own politicians and your senators and your representatives?
I will. I will. If they're not doing the right thing, I will. 100%.
You will, 100%. So,
Yes.
is there any
Yes.
one of them who you felt this way about?
Particularly, I feel the last governor of the state, Idris, was, the worst thing that could ever happen to that state, because this guy didn't do anything for the state. I happened to go to the same school with his son, one of his son. I actually finished from the American University of Nigeria,
Okay.
owned by Atiku, founded by Atiku.
Yes.
So I went to the same school with his son, and I can tell you firsthand that this guy changes. He was riding the best
Michael, are you still with us?
on campus. He changes
Yes.
car like every semester. I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Keep going.
So I was saying that I was making reference to the son of the former governor of my state that we
Yes.
both finished from the same. We're both in the same program.
Yes.
And this guy was driving. He was changing cars as if he was changing clothes. It's a young boy of like 19. And anytime I go back to my state, I see what's happening, that the roads are not tarred. Everything there is in shambles.
Okay.
So I would say 100% that guy, be it where anywhere that guy is standing on, at the poll again, I would never vote for him.
Okay.
Never.
Okay. Yami, you've been wanting to interject for a while now, so you have the opportunity. You have the floor.
Yeah, what I would say is, you see, Nigeria, I still don't understand the way we do things in Nigeria. You see, the group you mentioned now, I won't be surprised if they were paid by the minister. Even were the group even in existence before this issue of the BMW broke out? Nobody knows. So all of a sudden, the group emerged from nowhere, and then they start as a solidarity mouthpiece for the minister. But the thing is, I will implore, especially because the only thing I lack is I don't understand the most part of northern Nigeria, and I've only been to the eastern part of Nigeria for a couple of times. But like Asen said, you live in Lagos, fair enough. You see the way I'm really sorry to say, the Yorubas, the way we behave. It's like, with all due respect, it's like we set the standard for what should be the norm in Nigeria. Look at it. Look at the way it goes now in Nigeria. Tinubu is so cold. is proclaim himself as the leaders of the Yoruba. But if he does too much, they will scold him. I'm telling you, because when President Jonathan came to Lagos to solidarize for the vote of the Yoruba, he had some discussion with Tinubu, and Tinubu was a flag bearer for what's his name, the former EFCC leader. He couldn't convince Nigeria, the Yoruba, to vote for what's his name? I've forgotten his name. The EFCC, the presidential candidate of
about Nuhu Ribadu?
Nuru Ribadu. He couldn't convince them because the Yorubas made up their mind that they were actually going to vote for Jonathan in that election.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he could. So what he did was to step back because he knew that he would be humiliated.
Yes.
They would humiliate him because they made up their mind that this is the man we are going to vote for. We will vote for him. If people tell us to vote for Ribadu, we will not. So he decided to start. People are accusing him that he has taken money from Jonathan. No, it is because he has seen the handwriting on the wall that at this point in time, there is no way I could talk to these people to vote for this for a particular candidate. So he decided to step back, and people are now saying that, oh, he abandoned his presidential flag bearer. No, he doesn't do that because he knows the Yoruba will do with their mind. So it's better. I mean, by the time others ethnic group begins to discipline their people in that way, I think we will move forward. I'm not saying Tinubu is not corrupt. All the politicians in Nigeria, they are corrupt.
Okay. Additional, you were urging Yemi on. Looks like you wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
If I had the choice here, I would have instructed you guys to put the question differently.
Okay, we're listening.
Well enough for mass illiteracy, wouldn't things have been a lot different when people discuss in Nigeria? When people are not enlightened, when they don't know jack, that's the result of what happened.
So you're saying that illiteracy is the reason why people, yes.
Do you know what? People don't even know their rights. They don't know. People beg for their rights. People beg for their rights. They don't. If you say to anybody, "Do you know that you actually have this right?" They go, "No." Or don't people. I don't want no trouble. That is the root cause. And you think Jonathan is stupid, or any one of them is stupid when they don't fund education? No. If you want to keep people perpetually in slavery, make sure they don't know nothing. That's what's going on. Most of us here discussing is because of the little knowledge we've got. That's why we're able to contribute what you're saying. If you don't know, then you don't talk. Or those who talk that know, like what's his name? The idiot, Asari? It's because it's making money. If you are a freedom fighter, you're fighting for your people. How on earth do you go look at a university in another country? What idiot is he?
Okay. Additional point taken. Point taken. But we have, we've spent most of our time for this segment. But before we go on, I want to give Hanson the opportunity to say something, especially in response to what Additional just said about illiteracy and ignorance playing a big role in this.
Exactly. That is, as I said earlier, that's the problem that we're facing. The issue is that the ruling elite doesn't want to, for example, as they talk about the education, they don't want to invest more. Instead, they prefer to send their children here in Europe, okay, to come and study while other Nigerians are there languishing. Okay, that is the problem. Yeah. So to me, it's really boring to talk about tribalism. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. That is not our problem. You know, tribalism is not our problem. Our problem is lack of education. That is the problem. Because when someone is not educated, you tell him that, listen, Igbo man is coming to take whatever that belongs to you or your land. They will carry machetes and whatever, fighting. Likewise, the same thing Yorubas, it's the same thing Hausas. But when people are educated, they will know that Igbo man is their brother, Hausa man is their brother. You know, all this bullshit will not be repeating itself all the time.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, Hanson. Well, thank you very much. Well said. But because of time, I'm going to give everyone the opportunity to say something in 1 minute. 1 minute each. We're going to start with you, Michael. In conclusion, what do you have to say? Also, put in mind what Yemi put forward about education, illiteracy, and
Yes.
ignorance. Yes, go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to recap that or to buttress on that. You know, when you look at Nigeria, you look at the issue of ethnicity. If you ask me, I will tell you that in the north, ethnicity is more pronounced in the north than in any other part of the country. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, ethnicity is more pronounced in the north than any other part of the country. And you ask me why.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Michael.
Hello.
Because
Oh, it's okay.
Michael, are you still with us? Okay, Adeleke. Sorry, Adeshina, please. Take it from there.
Okay. I was going to say, Michael, don't go there. We just said it. When people don't know what they're doing, I do want to know the difference. If I'm an illiterate and Tinubu comes and say, I'm coming to town, you need to put on agbada with my inscriptions and my pictures, I'll do it. But you can't tell me, Jack, you can't tell me to put up, pay my money, buy Ankara to celebrate what? No, it's his duty to provide me roads as soon as I pay my tax, to provide me water, clean water. If that water is not clean enough and I get poisoned, I sue him. If I'm dead, my kids sue him. If it is his job to provide me with every basic needs, that is it. So, but when people don't know what's different from their right from their left, they get disinformation, and you know what, they embark on fruitless labels. That's just it. That's just it.
Okay. Thank you, Adeshina. Yemi, please take it from here.
What I would say as my last take is for people not to look at the language or ethnic background, whoever is in the position of authority. Look at the fact on ground and talk accordingly. That is what I would say. Whether it is from your brother, it's your brother, it's your mommy's, it's your
Yes.
cousin or anything.
1 minute.
If they don't do what they're supposed to do, make sure you scold them accordingly.
Yes. Thank you very much. Well said. Hanson, please round this up for us in 1 minute.
Okay, all I want to say is that please, whether the person is from maybe your brother or your sister or whatever, when the person embezzle money, public funds, please denounce him. We should not celebrate corruption because at the end of the day, it will come back to us.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Well said. Thank you so much, Hanson from Geneva, Adeshina from London, Yemi from London, Adeleke from Nigeria, although we lost him, and Michael from Kogi, calling from Yola, actually. Thank you so much, and we hope to have you next week also on our Sahara TV Talkback session, the opportunity to air your views as citizens on issues holding sway on the continent. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. We're having our social media feedback session up next.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Sahara TV experience. We're an online TV station that focuses on the underreported stories that may not be covered in the mainstream media, with the aim to inform Africans and people of African descent about the issues that directly affect their lives. Sahara